Today marks the end of week 9 of my metabolic reset. And frankly, it felt a little bit messy and a little bit fragile. I'm going to share why. And after that, I'm going to attempt to open my laptop and connect to the internet right here so that we can read together the messages that have come back from the doctor's office about my latest lab work. Hello, and welcome back to the Morningwood Chronicles. My name is Gerard, I'm 60 years old, and today is day 63 of a 180-day experiment to see if artificial intelligence can help guide me back towards metabolic health. Let's dig in. Week 9 is behind me. And I have to say there were some really surprising things that I was experiencing and feeling. The best analogy that I can give is that in the early parts of this experiment, the rules were very clear and very rigid. It was almost like driving down a windy road along a cliff with a solid guardrail. But today, because the metabolic reset and my physiology is working in a much more normal way than it was when I started this experiment, it feels like driving down that same windy road, except it's maybe a little bit narrower and there's no guardrail. And that's been something that's been hard to get used to for me. My body seems to know what it needs to do with the meals that I'm ingesting and the inputs that I'm providing through exercise and sleep and food and sequencing food. But my mind hasn't yet caught up to that fact. And so I have to say that last week there were moments where I almost felt like somebody who might be relapsing after an addiction. I felt some urges. Now, they were only urges. It wasn't real hunger, but they were urges. And while I was having a midday snack, for example, I just realized how easy and recognized that urge I've had for so many years in the past to not only eat a handful of blueberries or a handful of nuts, but to keep going and eat the whole damn thing, which I've done. And I didn't do it last week, but that feeling was a little too close for comfort. And so I'm still getting used to how my body looks, how it is operating, and building the trust that I'm not going to wind up back where I started. One other thing about last week that was really strange and kind of demonstrates that dissonance that I was experiencing at moments was that I had a dream that I was fat, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, I'm fat, and yet I haven't been down at this weight for probably over a decade. And so reality and what my brain is telling me don't always match up in this journey. But my solution to that is just I go back to ChatGPT and go back to the basics. Am I sleeping well? Am I sequencing my meals? Am I using snacks just to cover my hunger as opposed to grazing all day? Am I moving after my meals? And all of those indicators suggest that things are going well. And we're going to get an extra data point hopefully right now, because I'm going to attempt to open my laptop right here and open the messages that I know I received from the doctor's office concerning the blood work that I did last week. So I'm gonna step off camera and get my laptop, and let's find out together here from the forests of Washington State what's going on. All right, I have the platform from my doctor's office open, and I see there's 2 new messages. It says new test result message. Sent a message on Friday, January 23rd about your albumin creatinine ratio, urine. View all. I hope this is going to work. No internet. Let's see if it reconnects. I think I hear a squirrel in the background. Squirrel wants to know the lab results. We have a connection. I have to hold it way up here. All right, loading conversations. Here we go. We have 2 messages. This is from my doctor. Hello, your cholesterol numbers were in goal range. Signed, Dr. Quach, MD. All right, well, that's to the point. All right, let's see. The next one is from his assistant. Oh, urine protein is improved. That's it. That's it. Your cholesterol numbers were in goal range. Okay, that's good. We like that. I wonder about this is, Gerard, urine protein is improved. All right, well. I wonder if I can open the lipids panel. Ooh, this might work. I have to hold the computer way up here. Ooh, cholesterol low, triglycerides in range, VDL in range. Everything is in the green. Everything is in the green. My cholesterol is slightly low, but I mean by 1 point. 99 is I'm at 99, and the cutoff for low cholesterol is 100. Well, yeah, I'd say that's improved. Let's see if I can get the albumin results. Albumin value 5.8, creatinine 131.1, and the ratio is totally in range. It's solidly in the green. Wow. Okay. Well, there we have it. As promised, I would reveal it with you. So I think I'm gonna have to dig in a little bit deeper and take this in to really understand what it means. I did not see the fasting glucose on here, so clearly that's the critical marker for diabetes. My plan is to take my A1C panel or lab work in a month, so that It's measuring 90 days. And I'm hoping it'll be as good as these seem to be. Well, that's really all I have. I thank you for tuning in today, and I hope to see you here again tomorrow for another episode of the Morningwood Chronicles.